We got the decision 3.0. Lionel Messi being magic once again, and a little NFL talk here on Martin and Monaco. I tell you what, buddy, I have watched more soccer. Excuse me. I have watched more football because I'm a football guy now. I call it football. I've watched more football in the last month than I have in my entire life. And I'm here to tell you, accurately predicted the final after round one of the knockout. After the first game of group stage, I accurately predicted the final. I love the way that Spain plays. And I was kind of rooting for England. I wanted England to be able to try to bring it home, lads. And I'm man enough to admit it. I now have a crush on Jude Bellingham. That's a beautiful man, and he's incredible at his sport. But Messi, undeterred and undenied in the 90th minute plus.
How do you explain what we just saw, Martin? It's 1-0. I'm part English. I got an English uncle. He's got the accent, the whole thing. I mean, you got to be kidding me. From not 1-0 to a 2-1. We don't even get extras. It's not 1-1. I'm on the draw. I'm sick, dude. I'm celebrating for a cup of coffee. And then I'm throwing something across the room. It's hard to explain because on one hand, we've seen England not once, but twice do the exact same thing, Martin. Go down 1-0, win 2-1. All that to say.
Honestly, I'm not going
to go. All that to say, to throw back to you, they lost because of one man, Messi. Dude, he had 2 dimes. Here's a guy that doesn't have a shot on target. Just look in comparison to another guy on the other side, Harry Kane. Feel free to weigh in. Ian, you look English. I don't know if you're English. I'm very upset at what we just saw. Honestly, I'm sitting here astonished they dropped 2-1. Astonished.
Shocked.
Martin, how do you explain what Messi did? Not 1 dime, but 2 dimes. Talk about impacting the game as the GOAT.
Alex, you said not 1, not 2, but how about 3 times? Because he had the assist on the header that missed everything, right? Like when I watched that initially, and forgive me, I don't know the name of the of the Argentinian that hit the ball, that headed the ball, right? But I was like, how did he miss? How did he miss? It was right there. And then he set up the play prior that went off the post. They could have, like, if they had just been make it, take it, Argentina could have won the last 10 minutes 4-1. 4-1. It was incredible.
It was incredible because, Pickford, who you got to really watch the sport. And I'm in the weeds, in the sports betting world. I've been watching leagues plural for years. This is not a guy who's on a household team or a household name in the world of keepers, but he became the story for the first 80 minutes, or certainly the second half. I believe it was 3 saves, 3 huge saves. And I'm going, oh man, because I was on a Spain-England exacta myself. Not early as you, but just, in the Final Four. And I'm over here watching, and it did, as you're watching the tournament, you've seen something about the last 10 minutes of the sport. And there's build-up. But this moment, and again, you see it also in football, because we got to move on here. You score 1, not just in game flow and it opens it up, but for belief level in this team like Argentina. You ink 1. No stranger to 2 goals in 7 minutes, this club with this experience. I got Spain. We got to make a prediction. I got Spain in penalties. I'm going to take a 1-1 correct score, draw in regular time. Nobody does anything in the next 30. We go to pens. Give me the best keeper in the tournament. What say you?
That's been my take. It's hard to win if you don't give up. Let me rephrase. It's hard to lose if you don't give up any goals or runs or points. It's across every sport. Spain has given up uno goal this entire tournament.
One.
And I expect that they play. So again, I'm new here, but there seems to me, Alex, to be a moment in soccer where, like, every so often somebody's had the ball too long and they're like, F it, I'm just going to shoot. Or F it, I'm just going to try to send the ball down 2/3 of the field down the way to try to basically hit a home run, right? I've had the ball too long trying to hit a home run. Spain's like, I will stand here with this ball for 45 minutes straight. Unless you come and challenge me, then I will two-touch pass it to the next guy, two-touch pass it to the next guy, two-touch pass it to the next guy. And while Lamine Yamal has not had the goal output that we see from the other guys who are the stars of this tournament, it is evident that team plays together, and he may be the best player, but that team is a team of stars. Hold on.
You just said something. Not to run the light here, Ian. Please weigh in. This is a best team versus best player final. Can we all agree?
I'm with you.
Okay, so this man stole a match in the last 5 minutes. We're gonna back the 19-year-old over the Messi's 39, I think.
39, 40.
Over the adult. Are we really doing that? Because you and I are just, one goal. They are the better D. They do possess a wee better. They don't have this man. Is he going to do it one more time? I hate to do it, man. You know my theory in betting, dude. It's tough to go to sleep if you fade this dude. It's not that tough if you back them and they lose. Just are you really and Ian, are you really okay going down with Spain here, knowing what this guy's doing?
My one sentiment watching Spain is that they are not a fun team to watch at all. Like every other team that's been in the the quarterfinals, semifinals, they're really fun to watch. And Spain, obviously, defensively, they're great. Like you guys said, they only let up one goal. But when we hear all this stuff about Lamine Yamal, this 18-year-old phenom, he I think only has one goal this whole tournament. Yep. And obviously he's creating opportunities and he's doing a lot more than just scoring goals. But in terms of just pure entertainment value, Argentina is so much more fun to watch, and I'm just going to take them for that reason. And Messi, of course, that doesn't hurt.
I'm riding with Spain. Honestly, and this is
not worried. You're not worried. You're not worried.
I'm absolutely terrified. What do you mean? What do you mean? There's my arms. The hair on my arms are standing up. Of course, I'm terrified of a guy. He's got God in his foot. I said today, Diego Maradona may have had the hand of God. Lionel Messi's got the touch of an angel. All right,
texting you, man. This is gonna be a horrifying 90 minutes. We're gonna be sweating this weekend.
And honestly, part of it is, I'll just say, Colin Cowherd equated Spain to Michigan at the start of this tournament and said they don't nearly win as much as you think. And as a result, I've been carrying the Spanish flag high and proud. What they've been doing is not scoring.
Argentina, Spain, exacta after game one. Take a freaking bow, man. This is your moment. You want to take a quick moment before we move on here. The last word is yours, Martin Weiss.
Well, I will say, I had that exacta, I did think that England was going to win that game until Argentina got the equalizer. Like, I thought England was winning that game leading up to it. Thomas Tuchel saying, we're not building Messi a throne. And you know what they did? They might as well have just built the whole thing and handed it to him on a platter, like a Derek Jeter retirement tour gift. It was ridiculous. Just subbing everybody off. And I'm new here. I'm finding this out in real time. I'm like, wait, that guy's not good. I think they're trying to score again. And you know what? They're like, we're good. We're good. So speaking of we're good, Alex, that's what the Los Angeles Lakers told LeBron James. We're good. We're uninterested in your services. Because two things become readily obvious, to me at least. There is a market for LeBron James. And if there's not one, just ask Rich Paul. He'll tell you. There's teams reaching out and sending voice notes, apparently. And LeBron is not going to be anywhere near a max player next season. Those two things seem to me to be 100% true.
Riveting headline, by the way. Yes, it's true. This is true. Here's the thing. Look at Kalshi. There's over $100 million bet on where he's going. Is there a market? Yes. Is there interest? Public interest? Dude, we've seen a huge NBA shuffle, Martin, which we're going to talk about on the Martin and Monaco show. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, review. This is still the most appetizing offseason headline for me. I am fascinated to see where he goes. I have been waiting for this man to do this for about 37, 38 on. Take this pay cut and go to a contender. Now he has 3 fascinating Eastern options. I think we're downplaying Miami, man. I think we are really... I don't want to have that conversation because it's long form and a little exhausting. But, like, if you're going to put Giannis and LeBron on the same team, dude, and we're not talking about LeBron having to play a 10,000-mile type burn his tires exhaust season, a pitch count to get to the playoffs, and you get them in the playoffs, come on, man. We got to really look at that a little more seriously than I think we're taking a glance at. Andrew Wiggins also has a ring, knows how to show up in those moments as well. Yada, yada. I think this guy can sway a ring right now.
So for me, I think that's evident. I do think that is a real thing. Like LeBron he can be the cherry on top of a whipped cream sundae that makes you, if Luka Doncic
where do you want him to do that? Where do you want him to go, and where do you see that? Because the market's saying, the market's saying Cleveland's won. Now Golden State's leapfrogged. But it was Cleveland overwhelmingly. And then you had Philly in there and you had Miami third. Everyone else after.
I have, since the day it's happened, I've thought Golden State was the inevitable spot. Now,
if you time that, you're sitting on a nice ticket.
Well, it's just the inevitable... the idea that they're going to win a championship, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and tell you. Now, it'll be playoffs or styles make fights. You're telling me I got LeBron and Steph Curry on the same team and I don't have to play every other day after the first round? If we can get to the playoffs healthy, I see it. I've just long since had this vision of, you know what it is, Alex? Every year, or every Olympics rather, we see some ramification in the NBA, right? James Harden went from he was all good being a 6-man in OKC till the Olympics. Now you have to go to get his own team in Houston. I think that we cannot discount LeBron, Steph Curry, and Draymond Green all playing at different times now, but all playing for Team USA. And especially the last link up in France, in Paris, where Steph and LeBron played together. I think that is going to be too enticing for him to turn down. That and the golf.
Do you think they can win a championship? Just one word answer.
Yes.
All right, let's keep the light going, please, Ian. We got to have the conversation. Because I was in that world a couple of weeks ago, and I pulled myself out of it. Now we need to talk it out, man, because if LeBron and Curry play together, you think they can win a ring. The market's still saying they're on the outside looking in. Let's do the yes or no game on a couple. Do you think if he goes to Philly, they can win a ring?
Yes, but I think that...
let me keep going. I got 2 more for you. Cleveland.
No.
Miami.
No, but that's a long
and then on the west, Minnesota.
Yes.
Okay, because I do think the Minnesota thing is very interesting as well. I like the it's almost like the 2K, movie. It's like they used to be adversarial, version of LeBron and Curry. I was a little bothered by it, but it's like it's a little exhausting to sit here and believe in 25 years ago NBA where they hate each other. They just don't hate each other in today's NBA. Everybody's wealthy. All that to say, I love it. If you were in, but let's all do this. Everyone pick a team right now.
I'll put it on the Warriors. I think he's going to Golden State.
I could see it. Personally, my prediction is he's still going to Cleveland just for the perfect storybook ending. I think all this running around and will he, won't he on other teams, I really think it's all just going to be B-roll for this documentary that he's filming, and it's going to end up being Cleveland.
My take is he gets emotionally sold by one of the best to ever do it, Pat Riley, and he goes back to South Beach. And they have a plan after the signing. Gentlemen, Klay Thompson being a piece. I think this is going to get very interesting if he goes to South Beach. Let's keep it pushing, Martin. What do we got next?
I was about to say, what other moves of the NBA offseason raised your eyebrows except for Gary Trent's clear contract salary cap circumvention where you can sign for the minimum 2 years and then somehow get a 4-year deal afterwards as soon as that second apron is over with. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I bet the Raptors and Clippers wish that they get a wink, wink, nudge, nudge in their situations. But what's the biggest drop out of the NBA offseason for you?
The biggest is to toss right back to you because I've been nipping at the bud to talk about this. How have Jaylen Brown and Embiid not spoken? Is this true? And then you got headlines like they're recruiting LeBron, everybody. But then you have guys on the team not talking. These dudes don't like each other. It's not getting talked about in the middle of the summer like it should be. How do you win a championship if you don't like each other? I don't even care that that's cliche. That was one of my takes when I hit 23-1 on the Knicks. Villanova, roommates,
You
dude.
did. That
they
was
don't
one of your
they
takes.
love each other. This team has to get it right, man, or they better get Embiid out of there like yesterday. I need your take on it. I need it now.
Honestly, that's what I think is the most realistic option. I think Joel Embiid is on a different team day one of this season.
Where is then, just to maybe have Ian make a clip specifically, is there any more interesting place for him to land for a entertainment full barnyard musical at a carnival, at a circus, than the LA Lakers? Can I get you to buy in? 1 year, pitch count, Embiid. You give him every Palinka day off he wants, and you put him with Luka. You say what?
If you can get me on a good number,
dude,
that's
they
the
don't
thing.
want this guy, man. This is a Paul George scenario. Get him off the books. Get him out of town.
I think that
they just traded so much for Walker Kessler, though. Why would they do that?
So because, dude, too big league, man. What just won? Cat and Mitch.
Not just that they traded for a ton for Walker Kessler, which I get, but to Alex's point, you need to have multiple bigs, but also
you just do, man.
Just because you might be able to get Joel Embiid for the cost of nothing. Like the way that people are like, oh my God, can you believe that Jaylen Brown went deals?
This is a bailout. If you're smart, you come in and you make a call when everyone thinks it's set. Dude, they look good on a poster. It ain't going to work, man. They don't even really need him, man. If you think about spacing, and you're Philly, are you that exhausted, Martin? If you space him out and now it's Edgecombe, Brown, Maxey?
Well, what is going to be exhausting is Joel Embiid trying to keep up with all those guys on that fast break.
Dude, it doesn't work, dude. And it's you watch the Philly series, he played, he didn't. It's an L and it was an L. It's just not working, man. It's one of those things like it's over, dude. It's over. Everyone's exhausted. It's over. Anyways, that was my most interesting offseason headline. You got to give me yours in the NBA.
It's simple for me. I can make this quick. We have to understand now that the NBA has a hard salary cap. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it a second apron. You can call it owners not wanting to do this or that. When you start seeing decisions made that are not good basketball decisions, there's only another reason. Men only fight over two things, women and money. It's very similar in pro sports. Men only fight about two things, position and money. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Jaylen Brown was robbing the entire time he was in Boston. And so when they were able to move off of him, they're not looking at, you got back Paul George. What they should be looking at is you don't have to pay Jaylen Brown $60 million plus going through for the rest of his career. That is going to be a thing that happens going forward in the NBA. Jaylen Brown, honestly, isn't the first one. I think if you really look back into it, Luka Doncic was traded pre-salary. That was the first one of these salary moves. The Mavs didn't want to pay Luka. That's why they traded him. The Celtics don't want to pay Jaylen Brown. That's why they traded him. The Hornets don't want to pay LaMelo Ball. That's why they traded him. We're going to see a whole lot of more of that in the NBA going forward. Because, like, in the NFL, you look at two teams with great wide receivers, well, you can only really have one high-paid receiver. Why? Because of the cap. You're going to have to apply that thinking to the NBA. Thank you to the NBPA for that second apron.
Yeah, no, very well said. And you have to really take a step back as a player with your team and look at who owns the team. What did we really hear behind the scene of the Jaylen Brown trade? It was a private equity ownership decision. It's a very tough thing to justify in the business world, $200-300 million assets at the same time. All that to say, in your way of saying things, it's absolutely true. And how with the second apron, that's just an abomination to the league, and it will get pulled. It absolutely will get tweaked or pulled entirely. It just will. I don't know how it won't. I mean, it's just not working for anybody.
Well, it's working for one person, the owner.
Well, I find it very interesting what the Knicks winning did to the NBA offseason board. I think it put a couple of teams on tilt on the poker table. In all seriousness, I still have the Knicks out of the East, and I still have the Spurs out of the West.
All right, Alex. ESPN came out with a list of the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. And, I understand that I think lists like this are designed for engagement. They're designed to get people riled up. They're designed to get you to say, there's no way. But I think that you and me might be the only people in football that share this opinion. But I have real trouble ranking the guy who had the worst turnover we have ever seen in a postseason game in the AFC divisional round at the end of the half, and then throwing a ball so bad that people were questioning whether or not interceptions were interceptions anymore, to Brandon Cooks in the fourth quarter. If Josh Allen ever wins a Super Bowl, I think they just will elect him president immediately. Like, if Josh Allen if he wins an AFC championship game, they might just give him not just name him Pope, right? Because he's number one, and it doesn't matter what he does. If he ever wins anything, it's going to be ridiculous.
I mean, it's disgusting. 8-7 is better than 17-4. No rings is better than rings, plural. Get this off the table, Martin. Rip it up, dude. This is egregious. If you think Josh Allen's better than Mahomes, dude, are we doing the Aaron Rodgers Brady conversation? Are you doing the talent thing? Okay, dude, you want to build a machine of a man at quarterback? Do you lean by a hair Allen, 51 people, 49 go the baseball player and the athlete that Mahomes' frame is. Dude, it is off-season talk. I don't know how anybody has this, man. Do you think there's anybody else out there other than this person that has?
No, I know. I know for a fact that there are people who are just like, oh, Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL. And say it the same way that you and I say 2 + 2 is 4 or the sun rises in the east.
Martin, we're
on islands. We're on the Martin and Monaco Island right here. It's just us.
And clip it, dude. And clip it. 17-4. Asking the internet. 17-4 with rings, plural. Super Bowl MVP trophies on your home living room mantle is second to 8-7 and ringless? I'm sick, dude. I'm walking home, Martin. I'm walking home, dude.
And it's just not only this, not only that. Josh Allen,
it pisses me off, man.
And their last postseason game was bad. He's why they lost.
Oh, what a clip that is. Throw that B-roll up. Come on, man.
He was bad. It's why they lost. I don't get it. We just make up things. And sure, to your point, if I were to put ChatGPT, build me a quarterback, he would probably look just like Josh Allen. You know, else would he look like Trevor Lawrence, right? You know what I'm saying? I would rather have a winner than a guy who checks every box and is this and that. Josh Allen's coach got fired this offseason because Josh Allen threw an interception to end the game in the divisional round. Josh Allen turned the ball over at the end of the half instead of getting 3 points. And Josh Allen's defensive head coach got fired. It's crazy to me. This guy gets no blame for anything. It's crazy. I think Burrow being third on the list is too high. But when you have Josh Allen first on this list where Patrick Mahomes is, to me, so blatantly, clearly the best quarterback in the NFL by a freaking mile.
5, Ian.
It's just ridiculous. 5 is Lamar Jackson.
So 4 is Joe Burrow, and yes, 5 is Lamar.
And 3?
3, Matt Stafford, reigning MVP.
Dude, this guy's lost to Brady, Martin, and an excellent, top to bottom, better Philadelphia Eagles roster. I mean, what are we doing, man? Allen's 8-7. Dude, Allen can't piece together a playoff run.
Is 8-7 his playoff record?
He wins, he loses. That's his playoff.
Is that his playoff record? Okay, I didn't. Yeah, gotcha.
And Mahomes is 17-4. This is disgusting, dude. Where's Rob Parker to scream at this?
I mean, not only that, I will pound the table for guys who. Jared Goff is perennially underrated. I'm sorry.
All right, it's time to move on.
You don't think he's underrated?
I think he's properly rated at best.
I tell you this.
He's 8th. He's in the top 10 here.
He's 9th here.
Properly rated.
But if you want to talk about guys, who win, you want to talk about guys who win games. You know who's been to I'll put it like this. You can Google it. The list of quarterbacks that have won or that have been to conference championship games on 2 different teams. It's a short list. Aaron Rodgers not on it. Your boy.
All right.
One more list for you guys, and they did wide receivers as well. And one thing I thought was kind of interesting was that CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, both Cowboys receivers, are back-to-back on the list. They're numbers 6 and number 7, respectively. George Pickens is now officially going to be the only player in the entire NFL playing this coming season on the franchise tag. If he's really the 7th best receiver in the NFL, that's quite a bargain for you there. But do you think that's properly rated? Because they have him over guys like Drake London, over Garrett Wilson, over Malik Neighbors. There's just all these talented names that they have him over.
Give us 1 through 6. Give us everyone before CD and Pickens real quick.
1 through 6. You got number 1, Jamar Chase. Number 2, Justin Jefferson. Number 3, Jackson Smith and Jigba. Number 4, Puka Nakua. Number 5, Amon-Ra St. Brown. And then you have 6, CeeDee Lamb. 7, George Pickens. And then 8, Nico Collins. 9, A.J. Brown. And 10, Devontae Adams to round it out. My one question, and just about Pickens, is would you not rather have, as your wide receiver 1 on your team, you wouldn't rather have Drake London, you wouldn't rather have Nico Collins, Malik Neighbors, Garrett Wilson, these are all guys, you'd rather have Pickens. Because he had that great year last year, that's totally fair, but he was the number 2.
No, I wouldn't, but I'm a culture guy, and Pickens has a lot to show me, and that's probably where Jerry's head's at. You know, this guy should have never left Pittsburgh, man. This guy left Pittsburgh because he was a problem, and Pittsburgh doesn't deal with problems, man. Very rarely. AB did not make it about himself until the very end. That locker room stays, Pittsburgh Steeler team first. Anyways, I'm with you, man. I would not feel comfortable putting Pickens right there.
I don't have a problem with it. To me, he seems like second half of the top 10. I think the difference between George Pickens and those other guys is George Pickens was benefiting from being a 2, essentially, with the CeeDee Lamb coverage that was out there. But CeeDee Lamb was hurt for a lot of the year last year. And also, George Pickens to me is the number 1 receiver. He's not a guy I want to pay top of the market. I think, my beef was A.J. Brown's better than George Pickens to me. I think there's a few guys better, but I think George Pickens still top 10.
I'm kind of with you. I mean, just pulling up other guys that would maybe be in the conversation. I mean, maybe a Mecca. Maybe
after 1 year, but I'm willing to have that conversation. After a year, that's a conversation that I can see that. Emeka Egbuka is a dog. Now, I'd probably end in the 15 range for me, 15, 17 range for Egbuka. But another year like he had last year, and I think the skyrocket. Honestly,
and then other 2 names I would throw at you just for good measure would be, I would throw you Chris Olave, I would throw you Cortland Sutton, and I would throw you the rookie of the year, McMillan. Any of those guys at all better than? Because I kind of feel you on A.J. Brown over all of those names. But those
I think if you were
the other guys that are top 15 in receiving, and then we can move on.
In that set, I would say I think that you got the first one you said is a number 1 receiver. Olave. I think Olave, if he's been,
he's top 15 receiver. He's a top 15.
Bad luck at Derek Carr as his quarterback.
Yards last year
towards the end, and I think he's a stud. Honestly, I think if you can bet on Ohio State wide receiver, you're not going to lose that often.
He's caught balls very quietly from a lot of gentlemen down there in under 500 land.
And some not so nice people. Derek Carr was, gentleman, you may say, but the way that he robbed the Saints was rude. I just want to take 1 second and just Thomas Tuchel. We're not here to build him a throne. We're here to take the game away from him. Now, you tell me, Alex, if you park the bus, is there anywhere to sit? I think that might have been building a throne.
It was tough, man. It was tough to watch. That build up and build up and build up. Even right before hydration break, there was build up. It was ultimately coming. The fact that they could not push it to extras is something that's going to haunt England fans for many, many sleeps. And I'm very disappointed, man. Yeah. But you know what? You and I are going to take Spain, and we're going to hopefully cheers a winning World Cup ticket.
You mean Lamar, bring me home, baby. That's it for Martin in Monaco. Like, rate, subscribe, review, and tune in next time.